It's me. Hello and welcome to everyone's favorite biannual uploader. It's me, Kobe.
The GOAT! The GOAT!
No, Brian. Oh my God. I can't begin to describe to you how I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. For one, I really don't know what direction my channel is going. I don't know how to go forward because I don't know what type of content I want to upload. This is the type of stuff that I love, but I know I can't do it for very long. I would like anybody who's watching this to comment what they would like to see me do. I really want to do something else because with my project Zerten'a, which by the way,
we got 10 more minutes of David. Did we do this everything cover?
Yes, dude, I made it! Yes, I made it!
This is sick! Yo, Keobe, this is legit one of the craziest, the coolest covers I think I've ever heard of one of our songs. Like, this is sick. W, it's in the chat for Keobe. That was legit awesome.
Yes.
I'm still here.
That was sick.
Go and stream everything when it drops everywhere but this channel on the 30th. If you have gotten up to this point and you are seeing this, only 2% of my viewers are actually subscribed, so just subscribe, please. It doesn't cost anything, and it just helps me out. Fall of Man, January 1st. Okay, so I'm not normally the type to keep a journal or diary or anything, but it seems like I might as well. I found this really nice old journal at a stand a few blocks down from my apartment a few weeks ago, and decided I might as well put it to use. Well, anyway, things are pretty great for me right now. My fiancé and I bought an apartment together. I finally graduated art school and he's looking for a job. I'm just so excited to get out of my parents' house and be on my own. That's it for now, I guess. Wait, this is from a woman's perspective. I'm so sorry. Is that offensive? I did that? Oh man. Oh, balls. January 5th. So Steph got a job at this lumber yard. It's not that far and it pays pretty well apparently. So our landlord's finally off our back. I've also started selling some of my work, so that's bringing us some extra money. We're supposed to be getting some sort of crazy electrical storm this week, which I'm kind of freaked out about. It would fucking suck if we lost power. We on like this 15th floor of this damn building. January 7th. That storm was fucking wild. I never seen anything like it. And power's out, figures. But it'll be back on soon, I hope. The lightning was fucking intense. I swear a building got hit by something. On the upside, the sky is pretty right now. I think I may take a picture, maybe paint it. That'd look pretty nice. Steph's out at work for the rest of the day, so it's not like I have anything better to do. January 12th. Okay, so it's been a while since I last used this journal, but I've been busy. Work's been pretty tough on Steph, so I end up having to do most of the housework around here. Barely leaves me some time to work on my art. Some wild stuff has been happening since the storm, according to the news anyway. Apparently down south there's been a string of really violent murders. The FBI got involved and they don't know who did it. Crazy world, right? By the way, I don't critique these things, but for one, I really think this format fucking sucks, and for two, those are really big jumps in days. January 20th. I've been really upset recently. Steph and I had our first real fight. I know he works hard, but it'd be nice if someone else chipped in to help with this place. Remember that painting I started on the sky? Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to start it yet. Hope we can work through this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, there were more killings in the news. Georgia, Utah, Kansas, now California. Starting to get worried. January 25th. I got a really weird phone call last night. It was from my friend from Mike. It was from my friend from Mike. I hadn't seen him in person since I was a sophomore in college. We were really good friends all through high school, but after he joined the military, he hasn't had a lot of time to visit us. Anyway, it was really weird. He just asked if I was safe. I told him yes. And he told me his unit was to be mobilized and we should try to stay indoors. I tried to get more out of him, but he hung up before I could. January 30th. Steph and I have been glued to the TV. Some kind of attack happened in Los Angeles. No one knows any details, but apparently a Navy ship, I think it was a cruiser, just went down the port of Los Angeles. They said it was an attack, and that the LAPD are fighting monsters. It's very strange. I bet this is what Mike was trying to warn us about. I wonder if he's part of the fighting. February 3rd. We saw it today on the news. Apparently they're human, or were. They're covered in what looks like this black sludge. Their eyes are bleeding. Their mouths, I don't even know how to describe it. They've been engaged with armed forces for weeks now. Some generals on the news talking about how they can replenish their ranks by using our dead or something. There are helicopters and fighting planes flying over our apartment all the time now. I finally heard from Mike. He said he's fine, but he sounded really tired over the phone. He was calling from a payphone in Denver. Denver, San Francisco, Dallas, New Orleans, and Salt Lake City are all under siege. LA, San Diego, Austin, and Vegas have all been overrun. There was a nuke strike across the front line, but apparently it didn't help. Steph has started trying to build some sort of panic room in our apartment. February 10th. Steph didn't come home last night. I'm so scared right now. The president shot himself last night. Oh. Whoa! The president shot himself last night. So did the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. All channels are saying the same thing. Military in full retreat. It's no better anywhere else either. Europe, Asia, Africa, same thing there. We finally know it's doing this. It calls itself the Chaotic Hive Mind. Those things got a news crew which broadcasts across the country. What's left of it. The reporter wasn't speaking English, and maybe every other word was English, but everything else was gibberish. Almost every other word, he kept repeating Zalgo. I don't know what it means. Everything's so dark, and not because of the blackouts, it just looks like the sky's been blacked out, like someone painted over it. Steph went to get supplies from the distribution center hours ago and hasn't come back. I can see flashes in the distance. It's from airstrikes and artillery. What's left of the military is putting up a hell of a fight to hold the city, but I don't know how long they'll last. Every hour or so, the rate of explosions from the bombs and cannons or whatever decreases. I don't know if that means they're running out of ammo or getting overrun and killed. I don't know what time it is. Oh. February 11th. I don't know what time it is. Steph's still gone. I think it's the 11th. The explosions finally stopped. I can still hear small arms fire, but it's brief. What's left of the police and military forces are being hunted down and slaughtered. I can hear those things in the building. They just dragged some of my neighbors out of their apartments. I can hear them screaming. I'm hiding in the closet. Maybe they won't notice me, but I can hear this voice. It's coming from inside my head. I'm starting to understand it. It's almost like singing. It's so beautiful now that I think about it. Salgo. He's waiting for me.
First of all, the president shot himself last night.
You were always so good to me. Oh, Mr. Smiley, tell me how it could be. If you grew up in the 90s and went to Walmart, you might recall the little yellow smiley face stickers the people greeter would hand out to kids. Most of us made the trip to the store fun, and not getting a sticker was some of the worst times for many of us children. The yellow smiley face would bounce around television ads, it was printed on the floors, it was everywhere. Then, as if overnight, the face went away. Not many people knew why that had happened, and it's still hard to find out why, but if you're lucky, you can hunt down the true story of the events leading to the recall of the yellow smiley face. Around 1997 at the Bloomington, Illinois Walmart, they let go a door greeter who had been with Walmart for over 10 years. The man was unusually young when they chose him for the part, but people loved him and his way of greeting. He would sing and dance and welcome people with a big smile on his face, and some even say that is where they got the idea for smiling. That part is very much untrue, but he took to being called Smiley and even changed his legal name to it in 1995. The following year, he started painting his face yellow to show up for work, and people enjoyed that as well. It wasn't until April of 1997 that Smiley crafted a large foam ball and painted a smiley face on it. And people decided they couldn't handle the young man anymore. Children stopped laughing at the weird man with the yellow face, and then started crying. Smiley did all that he could to try to make the kids smile, but every single one of them would just react the same way. Fear. Putting so much time and work into making the head, he'd be damned if he didn't make it work some way. So he started asking parents of their kids to tell him what scared them the most. The most people came back saying their children didn't like how big the head was, so breaking down, he made the head smaller. Kids loved it and Smiley loved it too, that the children he adored once again adored him. May came and so did the heat. It made wearing the head a pain for Smiley. He wasn't just going to give up. Many days he found himself ready to pass out, needing to rush to his car and sit and let the AC cool him down, not wanting the kids to see him with the head on. One day, he needed to run to his car. He was having a hard time seeing due to the sweat running his eyes. He bumped into something, heard a loud thud sound. Not sure what happened. He yanked the head off. There was a red sports car in front of him. The driver was getting out and running around a small group of people just 10 feet in front of the car. Smiley walked over and forced his way through the people to see a young girl lie down on the pavement, blood gushing from the fresh wound on her face. She had to have been dead. It wasn't just a little wound, no. The top part of her head was turned back, separating her lower jaw from the rest of her head. She looked as she had some sort of crude smile on her face, stretching from ear to ear. Something happened. The little girl's eyes snapped to meet Smiley's. Blood gurgled out of her mouth, sounding like a cat painful meow being filled with water. She did this 3 long times. Then a single tear dropped from her eye and she died. The father and mother both howled out in pain from the loss. The driver of the red sports car tackled Smiley and began beating him. Smiley was beaten so bad he was sent to the hospital unconscious. For a week, he stayed in this little hospital room, finding out the parents didn't want to press charges because their little girl had loved Smiley from the time she was little, often drawing a picture of her and him dancing and playing. It didn't seem right to punish a man who brought so much joy to the little 8-year-old's life, even if he was the cause of her death. Despite that, the manager saw fit to let Smiley go. Children had been coming in after that day, wanting to make sure they would never see him again. And after 5 days of and over 40 children asking, the manager didn't see anything else that could be done. Yet none of this bothered Smiley. He just kept thinking back to how the little girl looked, and she was smiling the biggest smile of her life, and even the sounds of her last breath sounded like laughter. All of it burned into his mind. After leaving the hospital and going home, Smiley started trying to draw the little girl in their last moments. He had begun to fear that one day, he might forget how happy she looked. No matter what, he just couldn't capture the feeling of looking into her eyes and watching her laugh. So after a few months of trying and keeping himself locked away, he thought that maybe he should get out in the world. Seeing other happy children might help him recapture that feeling from May. So at an impulse, he grabbed his Smiley hand on his way out the door. It was December now, and Smiley went to the only place he ever loved, Walmart. Inside, all the kids ran all about the store, getting ready for Christmas. Smiley had been waiting for Christmas since he made the head. He was going to wear a Santa suit with a bright yellow ball on and sing for his children. But no. That was taken away from him. As he walked into the store, people stared at him, some even running away. When the manager of the store found Smiley, he was standing looking at sledgehammers and the tools. "You can't have that on in here anymore, Smiley. You've ruined it." Smiley just looked at the man, unsure of what he was talking about, and silently turned back to the sledgehammers. When the manager then tried to pull at Smiley's head is when he realized he had walked to the store with the yellow thing on. It was already too late, though. Something snapped, and Smiley grabbed one of the sledges and began bashing in the manager's face. Looking down at the manager's eyes meet his. The joy that was there, that the little girl had had. Finishing off the manager, he raced to the toys. There he stood at the end of the Barbie aisle, blood dripping from the hammer and specks of it on his yellow head. The first little girl to see him screamed as he silently ran up to her and smashed the top of her head in with the hammer. Brain matter, blood, and skull. Fragments raining down on the plastic covers of the Barbie boxes. More children screamed, parents screaming and running. A man charged him, quickly falling to the ground with the top of his head missing, brains spilling out on the floor. One by one, he smashed in the heads of the children and their parents. When the cops got there, he was done killing, was now painting with their blood and bits. He was trying to recreate the little girl that had first gotten killed, but it wasn't working. He paced back and forth even as the cops threatened him. With each pace, he screamed, "It's not right. The eyes are not right. The smile's not right. Nothing's right!" By the time the cops got him into the car, he was just sobbing, repeating it all over and over again. They counted the bodies and found that he had killed at least 30 people that day, but the mess was so bad it was really hard to tell. Somewhere along the way, the cop car driving Smiley crashed, and when they found that Smiley was nowhere to be seen, the driving officer's head was smashed in. When word got of this to the head people at Walmart, they quickly pulled ads with a smiley face and recalled all the stickers. Smiley's still on the most wanted list, but there's a separate list for people whose legal names are so obscure most people think it's a joke. If you ever see the list, his name is Smiley is there with the yellow Walmart smiley sticker on the face of a random man. Honestly, actually, this one's not that bad. It's just so unbelievably poorly executed, but the idea is actually kind of awesome. Nickelodeon's Missing 3. Nickelodeon had 3 shows. Now, shows, not movies. They were completely removed from their archives. The first was Happy Appy. The second was Fright House Screamers, a group of 4 teenagers who would spend the night at haunted places, sort of like Ghost Adventures, but with teens. Only 3 episodes were made before one of the teenagers was found dead, with maggots crawling in him. Only a few pieces of information were leaked out about the third one. It was an animated series about a kid who could use his superpowers to make fictional things. There were 1.5 seasons released before the voice actor and 3 of the animators were killed in a berserk fire. The reason why they removed the show from their archives is unknown so far. Wait, that's it! Undefined Facebook account. Do you know Facebook? Of course you do. Have you ever encountered an undefined error on Facebook? It sort of leaves an undefined status update on your wall. Be aware that the things you're about to read are indeed creepy. As I was surfing on the internet watching funny videos of people failing at the most simple tasks and tweeting useless messages, I received an email. Undefined wants to add you as a friend on Facebook. I thought this was a joke or a bot, but I still added it as a friend. I went to check its Facebook page. Apparently it joined today, 20 seconds ago, and with that time it had also managed to add some pictures. All of them were either just black and white with a description undefined or the picture. I felt a little uneasy. What did it want from me? Why did it join Facebook to add me as a friend? Then I received a personal message from Undefined, 1234H5678E, 9012L3456P, 7890. Very unclever way to hide help. Creeped out, I closed my mail and went back to Undefined's page to check out his personal info. There was nothing except its birthday, which was today. Facebook showed that Undefined was offline, but then something happened. My Facebook chat popped up and Undefined tried to chat with me. It said 9I87G65N4032R10E, or ignore. I thought that it was just a kid that tried to joke with me, so I blocked it. It took 5 seconds to receive another email. 0000000 wants to add you as a friend on Facebook. Now I went to this Abundance of Zeros page and it had the same info as Undefined. Joined today 18 seconds ago and was born today. But this time the pictures the account had were strange. Pictures of different abnormally happy people were on this page. Some were adults, some were minors. They didn't fit to this page. I browsed the album, but after seeing all those strangely happy pictures came a picture of me and my friends with my face blanked out. I was shocked. I had now realized I was being stalked by someone or something. And then unexpectedly I saw a picture of my house and me sitting behind a computer that seemed to be taken just now. I was scared and shocked. Nothing had prepared me for this picture, and the fact that this thing knows where I live. I rushed to close all the curtains and lock all the doors. I was out of breath and shocked. I didn't want to return to my computer, but I did. I had a message from the zeros. Turn off your webcam. People look ugly when they're sweaty. At that moment I screamed and literally destroyed my webcam that had been left on by accident with my bare hands. Hands were now bloody and perforated with little bits of plastic. I blocked zeros, and after I received a mail, but I didn't want to look at it. My phone had no battery left, so I couldn't call anyone, and I didn't want to go outside either. After a while, my neighbor left a status update on my wall. People should lock their doors. Mom, what's wrong with Woody?
Calm down, Woody. We're your friends. Shut up, Buzz. I'll kill you.
I was playing with my toys like every day, but when I went to bed, something happened. At 1 a.m., I heard, "There's a snake in my boot." But it was really distorted and it sounded really deep and crackly, so I woke up my mom and I told her, but she didn't believe. When I went to show her, it was fucking fine. So I went back to bed and went back to sleep with Woody. When I woke up, Woody was gone. So I went to tell my mom, but she was dead. So I fucking screamed and called the police. Her hair was cut, her face was bloody, and there were snake marks all over her body. And I thought, well, that's strange because Woody said snake and my mom had snake marks on her body. And for some strange reason, Woody was next to her body. So when the police came, they told me they didn't know how she died. So when me and my sister were adopted, I brought all my toys to my new home. 10 years later at my new house, my wife said she loves the new house we moved into. To tell you, Woody was long gone. So then I went to tell May to go to bed. There was Woody being played with. I asked my wife, did she buy it for May? She said no. And I did something I would regret forever. I went to bed not questioning where the fuck Woody came from, because then May told me that our cat Maxwell, she said, pointing at the dead cat, she's sleeping daddy, and Woody was on top of the body. I said, what the fuck? Yes! Eggman Starved might be like one of the best newest creepypastas, not anymore. This shit fucking tops that. The truth about Krabby Patties. In 2034, I was always a big fan of SpongeBob. I love the characters, apart from Mr. Krabs, and I find him suspicious because of his greed. I was hired as a narrator, and I gave away 2 tape, and then I'd go back home. I was going to watch SpongeBob. There was a new episode called The Secret Ingredient was airing. I was glad it was revealed. The map of the intro was a black background, white text. SpongeBob wakes up. Dresses up cartoonishly like it's a cardboard box. Says goodbye to Gary. Mr. Krabs looks hesitant. Wants to tell the truth. SpongeBob says, "What's up?" And Mr. Krabs whispers, "In my office." At the office, Mr. Krabs says, looking serious, "I have to tell you the secret ingredient, me boy." SpongeBob says happily, "Love?" Mr. Krabs says, "No, but flesh." SpongeBob gets shocked into tears and tells customers not to eat, and says the secret ingredient, but they don't care. Mr. Krabs says with great anger, "Everyone loves crab pie because humans eat fish. It is time to get revenge on them, and I forbid it or I kill you." I was shocked and pained. I was going to take another tape, but there was no intro, and Mr. Krabs said how the kitchen is done. It was what looked like a basement, and there was an obese man with live-action style underwear with his arms and legs cuffed, and he was bald. Mr. Krabs used a glass to take the man's tears and sweat. Mr. Krabs had a brand-name bottle with boar fries oil. He uses a scalpel to taste the flesh of the man. He says, "Delicious!" Mr. Krabs was removing the flesh from the man and doing some unhealthy and macabre butchery to make a steak. And Mr. Krabs removed all the blood from the poor man with a big sting to refill the drink bottle. I had my heart racing. I told my boss I'd given a week to think, but a week later, SpongeBob is deprogrammed. And I'm said, "Already?" I was going into the studio where there was blood everywhere. I see paper next to the decapitated arm. I read it in fear, and it says, "Mr. Krabs is angry." My theory, Mr. Krabs is eating chum, which looked like human chum. and Plankton and Mr. Krabs had ripped the recipe in half. Mr. Krabs has a secret ingredient to prevent all viewers from knowing he is a monster. Splatter SD. In 2005, Warner Bros. Studios was getting back to old cartoons like Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny, but in 2008, Warner Bros. Studio unreleased an episode that banned and scared the children out their holes. It was so messed up that Warner Bros. Studio in 2008, a website called WB Warner Bros. Found an episode that was made in 2009. It was banned in 2014 by Hanna-Barbera. They banned the episode for bad violence, gore, and some bad images, but they found in 2010 a video that was founded by the WB studio, but it was taken down in 2012 for an unknown reason. That video was released to the public, but some of the users got sick, some of the users were dead, and some of them got very bad violence. Those dead viewers passed away in 2009, the same date, 2/26/2009. Those viewers gotten even, but I know about them in 2011. And one day I went to VHS store to buy some tapes, but one thing I found was bootleg tape, a Cruise, a very bad tape that got destroyed. It was called Splatter SD. It had a green marker, and then I picked up the VHS tape and told the customer I said $5, but I put $5 in the basket. Then hours later, I got home, put VHS tape, I put VHS tape TN, and then the VHS tape was just static for 5 seconds, and then a black and white text appeared saying, Client Brief 2008 Splatter. Art direction by James Coddy, initial animations by Robin Reeder, and then it fades to black for 1 minute, and then an old MGM app read, and then the screen, then Bugs Bunny appeared in the screen, and the episode, it was present, an episode called Merry Melodies. 10 episodes started with bad, horrible cartoons, and I saw they were scary. The episode started with Roadrunner running very fast and normal, then 9 seconds, then Wile E. Coyote got the trick Roadrunner was bleeding and smashed by something I can't describe. Then the text was saying AMCE 23 tons, and then it faded to another cartoon. It was scary. It was Tom with a hammer, and then he smashed Jerry, and then Jerry bleed realistic, and then smashed Jerry for 4 times, and it faded to Bugs Bunny with a gun and killed Daffy Duck, and then the same cartoon was the same when Tom killed Jerry. It was torn with a knife and Jerry on his head, and Jerry was bleeding so realistic, and the same time it was Daffy Duck with the gun, and it was like the same as Bugs Bunny's, and it shoots Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny was covered with blood on his head, and it cut off, and the faded with the cartoon Tom with the ink and the trap in a hole saying, home, sweet home, and then Jerry ran into the hole 5 times. The third time, Jerry hits the hole, and then Tommy went to Jerry's death. He was bleeding, and then it was faded next to the cartoon with Sylvester and Tweety looking at the window, and then Sylvester and Tweety, the blood in his mouth so realistic, I vomiting on the floor so realistic, and then it comes to a cartoon with their name, it was Daffy Duck with Elmer Fudd saying, well, then Daffy Duck saying out again when Daffy Duck came out so realistic. It was the episode ended, I was scared, and I was having nightmares about the episode, and I never loved Looney Tunes ever again.
Who just
Yo, wait.
Who
wants to be in the video? Who wants to be in the video? I came across Splatter SD. We're gonna do a quick 5-minute watch party.
Let me in.
In Diddy. Anyone who wants to watch Splatter SD in Diddy, we're going to watch this together.
Splatter SD.
If you want to watch, you come with me. Oh
it can't be that bad. It cannot be that bad.
No, it's fucking nuts. Like it's like genuine. Hold on, like we're gonna watch this.
Okay. Initial animation. 2008. Also, ignore my profile picture.
It's okay. This is.
What on earth? What on earth?
It's like it's just fucking insane. Oh my god.
Look at how fast he fucking catches.
What is happening? What?
I'm saying this shit's fucking nuts. It's nuts, dude.
Whoa.
I have to censor it in the actual video, but
Yeah, no, I get you. Oh no. Uh-oh. He's gonna splatter. Oh.
It's just like the fucking blood effects. It's so low quality.
Ew.
Like this is how you make a creepypasta. It's fucking crazy.
Jesus Christ.
There's more. I haven't watched.
There's more?
I haven't watched past like.
This
a
is like.
little...
Oh.
It's so fucked up, man.
What? Oh. Oh!
I fucking hate this.
That I don't. Oh my god! All right. Oh no!
This is fucking crazy.
This is horrible.
It looks like this part looks like it's actually fucking. It's like animated into the actual thing.
Oh! I hate that. I hate that. Did I just get kicked from the Fortnite game? Oh.
This segment is uncomfortably long. After this, I don't know what happens. Oh my god, I'm still in shock. This shit's insane.
Why was it so long?
By the way, the crappy pasta that goes with this is so unintelligible. I couldn't finish it.
Oh. There was something that came with this? Are we serious?
Yes. God.
Oh my god!
What ridiculous acting. Get out! Yes, out!
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh no.
What?
He just pulls out a Glock.
Whoa, dude! What the fuck?
Yo!
Happy birthday, you thing from another world, you.
Oh, thank you.
Birthday. Okay, that's kind of funny.
That was actually quite hilarious.
Uh-oh. Guys. Okay, this is just, alright. Some of it's kind of corny, but some of it's actually... Oh.
Dude, the Twitch, why? What the fuck? Why?
Oh no. I know the original clip. Oh no. Oh. Well, you good, Keobe?
What the fuck, man? Awakening. You're awoken from dreamless sleep by a dull thud from the hallway. Your eyes snap open and fix instantly on the door. What made that noise? Breathing hard, fear beginning to twitch in your mind, you realize with a shiver that you've kicked your duvet off in your sleep. You quickly grab it, pull around you, and unconsciously begin to tuck around yourself tightly as you curl up, leaving no part exposed. You become a warm, safe ball coiled, leaving only a small gap between the duvet and the mattress so you could see out. Pillows becoming shields between your head and wall. You're briefly reminded of your childhood, hiding from an imaginary boogeyman, but this feels more palpable, more dangerous. Another thud. This time it seems louder, deeper, coming from just outside. Trying to keep calm, you run through all the things it may be, but it has to be pipes in the wall, which have been groaning for weeks now. With ever-increasing frequency and urgency, they were never this deep or this loud. The blind in the bathroom left a flap by an open window. You double-check all doors and windows each night,
Perhaps it's your parents returning late and drunk. They're away on their cruise for another week. Your cat prowling through the house at night. You put it out at the evening. Despite all your desperate reassurances, you feel the fear turn to panic as you pull the duvet tight around yourself, reducing your field of vision in the thin chink. Another, the latter's... Wait.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
Hey, look, I can say that. You can't. Mods, ban him. I want his nuts in a hydraulic press. I want him hung by jumper cables.
Another, the loudest yet, just inches from your door. Your churning brain conjures images straight from your childhood nightmares. Mass psychopaths, giant spiders, giant shape-shifting creatures, amalgamations of bone and gristle twitching their way across the floor, scrabbling with twisted limbs for the door handle, and then scuttling in with a burst of speed, claws grasping for your quivering body. Another, your breathing is hoarse and shallow now, mere gas in the suddenly dry throat, lungs closing up, stomach churning and roiling, eyes wide and fixed, your blanket still tucked vice-like around you, your body pinion underneath its futile protection, just inches of cotton between you and whatever's about to burst in, eyes burning, talons gleaming dully to claim its prize. Suddenly, in a flash of realization, you realize what the source of the noises is. The old, falling apart bookcase in the corridor. One of the legs must have given way. The telt is tipping books one by one onto the floor. As you listen carefully, you hear the quiet rifle of pages and the tone to the ground. There have to be one last thud, and yes, silence once more descends, and with it, soothing calm. As you sink back into sleep, you glance around the room, still snugly cocooned, seeing the vague shapes becoming defined as your night vision improves. Your desk, chair, and television all emerge out of the murk, imposing good, sane reality on the void of night. Then just before you shut your eyes, you see something that makes the bottom of your stomach drop all the way into nothingness. There, on the floor, is your duvet. Your screams are muffled.
That's, you know what? That's actually kind of adorable.
House.exe. Did you try the medicine drug?
Oh, did try the medicine drug.
You're stupid. Only stupid people try the medicine drug. It's me, House. Only stupid people try the medicine drug. You're black.
This vexes me. Ever since I was around 9 or 11 years old, I've been an avid House fan. I never missed a single episode and was very sad when the show ended. And recently, whilst visiting my hometown, I decided to visit my local video store for nostalgia's sake. Everything looked the same inside. Every DVD was where I remembered it being. Scanning through the shelves, something very odd caught my eye. A full box set of House MD, seasons 1 through 9. Now look, if you know anything about House, you knew it drew to a close on its 8th season. I immediately bought it. Had there been a 9th season without my knowledge? I had to know. The cashier gave me a weird look as I checked out, but remained silent as I left. I heard him murmur something inaudible, but I was too focused to let that bother me. When I got home, I immediately popped the Season 9 DVD into my dusty player and watched intently. The opening credits went as usual, but the first scene was what caught me off guard. A static video playing before my eyes showed the entire cast lying flat on the ground submerged in ice. They screamed for mercy, begging to be released. House's cane stuck out of the glacier like a sore thumb, frantically moving around. I took the disc out. Okay, so this was a prank, but surely the other 8 seasons are alright though. The first season opened with the original cast looming around in indiscernible fog. They seemed mildly uncomfortable and silent. The second season showed House in what looked like a hurricane being flung around like a rag doll, his cane occasionally hitting him as the current swept him away. The third season started with Wilson surrounded by a disgusting storm, dust and mud piled around him as he wept in agony. The fourth season opened with the original ducklings forced to carry gigantic boulders on their backs, sweating and hyperventilating, their tendons ripping under the pressure. Season 5 had House and Cuddy fighting to the death in a swampy river. Season 5 had House and Cuddy fighting to the death on a swampy river, screaming at each other. Season 6, the entire cast, including Masters, burned alive in flaming tombs chaotically thrown on top of each other. I could hear their pain cries for help, for mercy. Season 7 opened with House writhing in a boiling river of blood, invaded a town who had been turned into a hideously gnarled tree, only permitted to speak when broken and bleeding. Season 8 just showed Foreman dying of hunger and disease, running around, ravaging. Has this happened to anyone else? Let me know. I've been informed that these seasons represent the consecutive 9 circles of hell. Thanks for the gold, kind stream. I don't think this was that serious. Now you will see an old creepypasta that I made back in 2023, and it is absolutely of no surprise to anyone that I work for Orianime Studios, for a person that is very well known, Kung Fu Karafu, as a voice actor, a writer, and I am also the person that made some of the mini comics as well. I do work still with Orianime Studios. There is a recent Newgrounds PlayStation collab that you guys can watch. I'll have the link in the description for you guys to watch that. I play tag in the Mod Nation Racers portion of like the PS3 part of the video. But with that, I want to show you my first hand at making a long-form creepypasta called Do Not Look at Me, an untitled short horror story by Keeobe. Now keep in mind, this is way before Untitled was called Land of Karafu. Alrighty. Enjoy. She awoke late at 10:33 on June 1st, 2013. School's out and Skylar, age 10 years, is planning her summer. The basic little kid's summer planning. Padding out her infinite weekend war. This is gonna be a long, boring summer again, I can just tell. She sighed through a winding, long sigh. Oh, come on, Skylar. We had 3 months of fun. We'll have time. Mimi, age 6 years, said excitedly. Maybe just to lift Skylar's spirits. No, Mimi, like 2 months and barely some change. We don't have time. The summer's gonna be boring, and when it ramps up, it's gone, Skylar retorted. They're both dumbfounded on how to continue when suddenly the door swings open. Their father excitedly says, "Girls, we're going on a trip. A road trip. You both excited?" Skylar and Mimi exchange a look. Maybe this is what they needed. Something fun? But this could really work. Could they do something more? Nah, it's decided in their mind. A road trip. This could be fun. "Aw, yeah, road tripping!" Mimi and Skylar both exclaim. The mother enters. "Now, girls, we're heading out of Karafu and into South Padre, Texas. Yeah, they have a beautiful beach there, and the hotels are nice. Pools, too," she says, as excited as the girls, but her excitement wears off when she sees Skylar's face. "What's the matter, Sky?" the mother says. Skylar responds in an annoyed tone. "Texas? Like Wild West guns, Texas? It's like a full day's drive, Mom." The mother responds in a stern tone. "Now, Sky, we both know that's not it. Look, this place is really beautiful." The mother shows Skylar a brochure of South Padre's beaches and wharfs. "Really? Come on, Mom. We can find a better beach. What about Australia?" "No, Spain!" Skylar retorted in an uppity tone. "Now, Sky, you know we can't. We can't drive there. Besides, Australia is filled with dangerous critters that want to eat you, and Spain's way too dangerous," the mother responds. "But what about Florida?" Skylar says before getting cut off by the mother exclaiming, "No, young lady, we are going to Texas. Pack your bags, girls. We leave first thing in the morning." And so I packed my bags. Mimi packed hers, and we were ready. It was time to leave. When we got into the car, we were about an hour out when Mimi spoke to me. "Hey, Skylar?" "What?" I responded. "Where's Vincent? You always bring him with you." "Oh, shit. I forgot about Vincent. God damn it. I had to ask my mom. Hey, Mom, can we turn back? I forgot to grab Vincent." But my mom said something that killed my spirits.
No, honey, we're too far. Besides, I think you're old enough to stop playing with toys by now, no? She said. I knew this trip was gonna fucking blow. I confronted her with, well, Kagan still plays with toys, and she's 10 too. My mother looked at me sternly and looked back. My father said, well, honey, Kagan's always been a child of the heart, and you're a little more mature. Maybe start getting into reading more. I mean, you also still have video games. I confirmed. Well, I don't like being mature. It's so bullshit, I said before a loud language, young lady, from my mother came out. I know you're a little peeved, but Sky, we're only gonna be gone for 4 days. It won't be that bad. Vincent will still be there when we get back, okay? She said softer than that ear-piercing yell before. Oh, fine. I really miss him, though. I hope he's okay. I'm sure he'll be fine, honey. Trust me. If I had the money for gas and the time, I would go back and rescue little Vincent from the clutches of the clutch? My dad said. Nice to know he's at least trying to make a creative story arc for him. It's nice. Though I hope there's no evil clutch trying to take him, I said, cracking up. That made Mimi laugh. Speaking of, this is the first time she's ever been quiet. She really likes the view of not Carafa. That being said, I miss the blue sky. I think I can sleep here a while. A few hours out. I was sleepy, but me and Mimi stumbled to the hotel my parents after arriving in Louisiana, 6 hours away from our destination. I headed to her room and promptly passed out. I had a dream. A dream that Vincent came back for me. He was so happy to see me. I was happy to see him. He was about to speak when Mimi woke me up. Skylar, I can't sleep, I responded. Okay, just close your eyes. Let me sleep. So she did. I dreamt it again. Before he could speak, she rudely interrupted me again. Skylar, I can't sleep. Alright, looks like I'm taking the motherly approach again. How about I tell you this dream I had until you sleep? She seemed interested. Yeah, I want to hear. So I told her, but not even a sentence left my mouth and she's knocked out cold. Finally some rest, right? I woke up early in the morning, probably around like 5:30ish. We hadn't brought our bags in, so I rushed my father and woke him up. Dad, wake up! We forgot to bring our bags. What if someone broke into the truck? Don't be ridiculous, Sky, he responded. Though I could see he was worried. And looky there. A couple minutes later, we finished our trip and the window is busted, but it's weird. It was a little window next to the back windshield. It looks like nothing was stolen. We called the police, and it looks like whoever did it just broke the tiny window and left. We cleaned the glass, checked for missing items, and dealt with it. We drove the rest of the way, and I felt off. Something wasn't right. I mean, who smashes a tiny window? No, who smashes a car window in general without the intent to steal? If they smashed the window for no reason, why not the rest of the car? It wasn't right. We arrived at the hotel just in time to see the sunset. We got settled, packed our bags, placed our bags. Mimi got unpacked, but I just wanted to sleep. Maybe I'll forget what happened then. When I woke up, I saw my bag was wide open. Assuming that the kniving asshole that is my sister was behind it, I shook her awake and asked her, "What the hell is your problem? Why are you looking through my bag?" She looked at me, dazed and confused. "What are you talking about, Sky? You don't even have candy in your bag. Why would I do that?" She said. No, she's right. But why is it open? Maybe my parents had opened for me to take it a little easier, though I don't see the point. Nothing is taken, which is weird. So much breaking in with no intention to steal. My parents barged in. "Hey kids, rise and shine on this lovely morning," my mother said. 7:30, it's a race against the sun now, my father said. Alright, you guys go. I'll catch up a little later. I haven't had much sleep. I know where to go, I said sleepily. Mimi was already ready. She slept in her bathing suit, that crazy kid.
As they left, I heard something. It stunned me for a second. The sound of soft shuffling. It might have been a baby rat or something, but whatever it was, I was killing it. I had a blade in my bag for this moment. Took it out and started walking towards the closet where the noise was at. Suddenly it stopped. I inched closer, and then a figure jumped from the closet. I freaked out and dropped my knife. Sliced my hand pretty bad. Looking back up, I saw him. Vincent. He jumped on me and hugged me, and he hasn't done that in years. He seemed so excited to see me. "Vincent!" I exclaimed. He shouted, "Skylar!" I missed him so much. I never forgot about you, Vincent. I missed you so much. I told him through the welled tears. "I know, that's how I found you. I could feel how much you missed me, and... Oh, you got your hand. You okay?" He said. He seems different. He's caring. Too caring. And he's usually an asshole to me. "Yeah, nothing a little seawater won't fix," I said. Chuckled. I just realized something. "So you broke my window and opened my suitcase?" I questioned. "Oh yeah, I did," he responded. "Why didn't you slip into my bag before?" I questioned him again. "I don't know," he said. It seems I'm not getting answers anytime soon, and before I can say anything, he says, "We're gonna have so much fun together, Sky. I love you." I love you? That's so unlike him. "What do you mean you love me? You hate me," I said. He said, "I guess I had a change of heart. Sky, let's say we go to the pool. The deep end looks nice today," he said in a strange tone. Well, I would, but I told my mom I was going to see them at the beach, which I need to get going now. So, turn around so I can change. Slightly, somehow creepier Vincent. He slowly turns around and flops over. After I change, I go to pick him up. "I'm not peeking," he says. "It's fine, I'm done now." With that, I carry him to the beach dock. Mimi spots me while she's building her little sandcastle. "Look, Mom, Vincent!" She points at me. I walk further down and my mother comes up to me. "So you did remember." Good thing we didn't turn around then, huh? Yeah. But, he's here now, so let's build some sandcastles, huh? I sat Vincent down on the beach towel to watch me work. We burned the day away quickly. Me and Mimi ended up having a sandcastle kingdom battle. I was the king of this wet sand-packed castle, and Mimi was the queen of this dope kingdom, half made with kinetic sand she brought from home. My drawbridge, made from a surfboard, was lowered. We were reaching a truce since we saw the sun setting. She walked inside my castle with a bucket with a towel over it, claiming it was a gift. I welcomed her with open arms, and that little shit pulled the towel off, revealing the bucket was full of water. She threw it up. Water stained my castle walls, and it melted into nothing. I reached behind my throne, knowing she would pull a stunt like this. Pulled out the super soaker. But not just any super soaker. I attached my fully automatic bike pump to the gun, making it a super duper soaker. With my reservoir filled with CO2 and water, I blasted the shit out of her castle. "Take that, bitch!" I yelled. My parents were packing up, listening to the loud-ass music, so they couldn't hear that. But she was crying, so it didn't matter much. We left for the apartment. I grabbed Vincent, and a feeling of dread loomed over me, realizing what I did. We walked away. I looked back and saw the low tide sweep her kinetic sand away, the ocean brimming with color as it sweeps ever deeper into the light murky water. I walked into the room to apologize to me for how I acted, but she was crying in my mother's arms. My mother stared me down, so I just took a shower, sobbed for a bit. I felt like a piece of shit. I got out with this feeling, a feeling that something was off, but I shrugged it away and changed. I went to bed with Vincent in my arms. I woke up with a cotton mouth, an absolutely disgusting taste of like a tonsil stone or something, but there weren't any calcified deposits in my mouth, so maybe I was just sick. Or Vincent's just gone. Something's been off. His weird requests and his odd disappearances and reappearances. right. Thank you for listening to that. That it was unreleased and it was unfinished. I never finished it. So if someone wants to do that, hey, let me know. We'll get on board and maybe we'll make something of this. We'll do like a full reading with the entire cast. I think that'd be really cool. But I wanted to show this off because it definitely could use a lot of work. This was Do Not Look at Me, which is an untitled short horror story by me. I made it, and it was supposed to be for a little Halloween collab project at the time, but some things happened. I never got it done. So, yes. My name was Keobe. What you just watched was some great beat content, and I hope to see you all very, very soon.
We speak so highly of what we never seen. The guff, cryptids, $1 trillion. But somewhere along the way, finding these has done more harm